Hello folks, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Offline, I have created 4 extra ranches. They are going to help support our ranch population. We are just going to fill them up with stone hatches. And today's goal is to start taming the geysers. But for that, we will prepare our researcher, that is Nicola, to go to the other planetoid. So, Nicola, get yourself skill scrubbed first. We want to have minimum number of skills and send Nicola here to first of all take care of all of our food, which is almost going to get decayed because somehow water got in here and I didn't pay enough attention to this part. But that should be okay. We have enough sweet wheat around here that we can send Nicola here and he can start cooking a bit. All we want to do with Nicola is to come here, activate the teleporters, and harvest some of these V's we need these V's to do some research. Right now, as you can see, we are trying to research steam turbines, but they require us to have radiation research. And the only way to get radiation on this planetoid is either by going up, where you can see there is a little bit of natural radiation, or we can have these shine bugs, or the last one that is gonna be getting V's. So I think I'm going to go with the V's route. Power wise, I am also going to throw down a transformer somewhere over here because this circuit is getting overloaded and I would love to avoid getting that. So simple solution, you just put a transformer in between and that will prevent any kind of overloading. All these auto sweepers don't need a constant supply of power. It's just a spiky power use, and some of them can have brownouts. That's fine with us. We don't really care about brownouts. And done. Nicola is skill scrubbed. So we'll just skill up Nicola into grilling, little bit of field researching, and that is it. We only need a morale of +4, and Nicola should have +2 morale just by being researching and field researching. There goes Nicola. So Nicola is back in our original planetoid base. And Nicola, your first job is to save as much food as you can. And that is your job, first job, Nicola. Priority wise, Nicola has already started activating the teleporter, so we can send some food to Nicola in the meantime. Wow, it takes literally forever. I will let him do his job, and once he has done that, he can go ahead and do that things. In the meantime, let's just continue designing our lab. So I'm going to put the radiation station somewhere over here. I'm also going to move our supercomputer here-ish. So here's a basic design of our lab. We will have on the bottom row, we'll have a normal research station, we'll have an advanced computer, and on the top floor, we'll have a study research terminal. Now this study research terminal will be powered by rat bolts that are going to get generated through V's. And there's a lot of natural terrain here that we can use, and we can use the pips to plant that for us. So this way we don't have to spend all the extra fertilization on V's. We only have to provide 2 additional fertilization, and that is it. We already have access to pips, so why not use the pips to actually plant everything here? So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a door here, move a pip, and ask Nicola to dig out some of these V's once he is done with a bit of cooking, I guess. We just need 5 V's seeds and that is it. And here comes the V's seeds. Nicola, oh, come on, he dropped the second one. But anyways, you get the point. We got the first seed. We are just going to store these seeds in these storage bins. And if we click on the pip plant overlay, so this is the planting overlay mod which shows that where can pips plant based on what plants are nearby. So it says that it can plant here because there are only 2 plants in the vicinity. We cannot have more than 3 plants. So we are just going to do is we are just going to remove all these plants nearby so our pip can plant these seeds on these 3 locations that we want to. And we also want to avoid our pip from planting it in these farm tiles just yet. So for that, I'm just going to do is furniture, and I'm just going to put crown moldings here. So this is just going to prevent the pip from planting it in the farming task just yet. And dupe selection wise, I'm just going to get the Drecklet eggs. And wonderful, Pip has already planted first of his wheat was. And we can see from the Pip plant overlay, Pip can still plant on these two tiles because there are no other plants nearby. Only one wheat ward is nearby. Good job, Nicola. You are doing really good. So once Nicola has done that, we have also filled up this pit with CO2. Right now, it's not yet freezing, but we can get to freezing with some temperature shift plates. We have lots of food here. We can literally export the sleet wheat on the other side as well. Done. And this auto sweeper should take in all the storage that we have here. So let's say I put 2000 phosphorite here. So dupes will deliver phosphorite directly through this door. And this auto sweeper can take this phosphorite and directly deliver it to these two V's wards. Other three are naturally planted, so they would not need the fertilization. So this way we get nice juicy 1000 rads here at this spot. We have 1100 rads at this point, but we cannot use this point. Unfortunately, we have to use this point only. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. In this case, what we are going to do is we are going to set it to this direction. So it is going to send a rad bolt to this direction, to this rad bolt reflector, and it will go directly to here. I'm going to set this to 100 and it will directly put this in the machine here. So now what we need to do is just bring back Nicola. And here it is. So Nicola, first thing first, get skill scrubbed. We don't want you doing all the temporary things that you are doing on that planet. We just want you to get into radiation researching. And duplicate skill wise, we have a little bit of skills coming up. Bani is gearing up towards being the mechatronics engineer, and that's what we want out of Bani. So you will be going electrical engineering. Ellie is, I think, at a decent place. We can put Ellie into one more excavation, and that is pretty much it. So Ellie, you are gonna be super duper digging. Harold is our critter rancher, and Harold would really love to have ranching too. So right now I'm going to put Harold into ranching too. Later on, once we have 3 more points, I'm going to skill up Harold into exosuit training. Murray, your job is just going to be grilling as well as improved supplying. So right now you need to be supplying and then you can go into grilling. Nicola, we are already skill scrubbing him into applied sciences. Nisbet, I think, is at a decent place. We can collect points for Nisbet to get her to exosuit training. Otto, our odd man out with agriculture of 15, can actually get to exosuit training, but he cannot do anything else. So right now I'm just going to keep Otto into whatever he is doing. And Steve, our all-rounder, is already teched up to be a mechatronics engineer with no hobbies aligning with that. So later on I'm going to move Steve into something else, but for now Steve can just stay where he is. Let's go and start ranching some of our plastic dreckos. So I'm going to convert this drecko ranch into normal dreckos, where we are going to farm them for mostly atmosuits. We need reed fiber. So one ranch is gonna be fed by mostly balm lilies, so we don't have to spend on actual resources. And the other farm, that is this top one, is only gonna be producing the glossy dreckos. And for that, what we need is just to have an area where we can grow mealwood. For that, one requirement is gonna be the temperature. So right now the temperature of this section is pretty nice and chilly. Also, this geyser has gone into dormant state. So I am definitely going to utilize this opportunity, make it a 9 priority and just tame this geyser while it's dormant. Why not? Because if we can do it right now, that saves us a lot of trouble in the future. I'm going to put a storage bin here. which will just contain dirt, and this auto sweeper can feed dirt to these four meal wheat farms or meal wood farms, and it will be totally automated. And I'm also going to include this geysers area into this room just so that we get a tiny bit of bonus in terms of size. Done. So right now we are just pumping out all the gas from this chamber. Nicola is doing analysis. There is a perfect vacuum here and a dual bead lock, so no heat should escape this area. We also created a little bit of bigger room for our dreckos by putting this blob of crude oil here. So this means that whenever dreckos roam around, they will only roam around this area where they can eat, and they will still get the bonus from this area, and we are getting one extra drecko just by including this area. So this ranch size is now 56 tiles. It's not perfect, but we don't need more than that for plastic dreckos. All we need to do is bring out the temperature of this tile that is currently 30.5 degrees Celsius to below 30. And I'm thinking we can, leverage all this nice ice that is getting bombarded on top of us. So right now you can see there is a meteor shower ongoing. So I'm thinking, why not just get all the ice from the meteor shower? We can put a bead lock here, and nothing should escape once we put a little bit of oil. So I have like 105 grams of crude oil that I'm going to move here, and this will act like a gas lock and nothing should get out. We just moved a little bit of frozen sand from up top here, and temperature is falling down neatly, and this is what we want. Temperature right now of oxygen here is 29.4 degrees Celsius, and that is perfect. This should chill down this area soonish, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to plant the meal wood using auto sweeper, and it should start growing. Growth halted. Done. Okay, it's growing. Wonderful. And once it has grown one crop, then I can move all these normal dreckos upstairs, because otherwise they will starve. I'm also going to disable auto harvesting here, and let's just build a quick shearing location somewhere over here. So what I want here is to have at least 2 shearing stations that are 2 tiles away from the wall. So give me a second. So here is a basic design of our drecko shearing area. What we want to do is have 2 drecko shearing stations, and have a system where all the eggs and phosphorite their dreckos drop come to this side. So they will come using the shipping rail. I'm going to connect the shipping rail from the bottom up to top as well. And all of this will come here, including all the eggs and all the phosphorite. Now what will happen here is they will eventually grow and mature up over here. Over time, they will become fully dreckos and glossy dreckos, and they will get sheared throughout their life. The whole area will be packed with hydrogen. So they will continuously be growing their shells, just we would not be feeding them. And I am also going to put some automation here where I'm trying to use this new automation ports that are available. So what I would love to do is have an automation saying that if there is a drecko ranch empty, like a ranch where you need a glossy drecko or a normal drecko, one of these will activate, and they will order dues to pick up a evolved drecko from this area to whatever ranch they are trying to go to. And that way we can automate the drecko processes without us needing the incubation, and they will naturally incubate. Now you see there are 2 tiles gap from each side of the wall, and these are really important for dreckos, because the thing is dreckos like to go all around the area, top, bottom and everywhere, and we would love to avoid using that extra time where dreckos are constantly going up and down. Instead, what we want to do is we want dreckos to be hanging around in this area and this area only. Also, I totally forgot, we have a new printable available. So let's see what we get this time. Iron, strength, construction, and hard digging, uncultured, germ resistant, caregiver. No, none of them are good. Now we have 9 dupes. I think I'm gonna be very picky. And why do we have so much stress? Who has so much stress? Nicola, why do we have so much stress? What is happening? Duplicate skills. Nicola. Wait, you have like plus 27 morale. I don't know. This is just acting. Nicola is just acting up. There's no reason for him to be stressed other than just standing in the no oxygen environment for a little bit of time. Come on, stop overreacting. Now what we can do is we can just ask our dupes to put some hydrogen here. So what I did is I just started bottling hydrogen, excess hydrogen from our oxygen generator. Dupes will eventually transport that hydrogen all from over there to all the way here. And as you can see from the gas overlay, this is right now totally empty. And on the other hand, you can see here we have a little bit of oxygen, CO2 as well as chlorine. So right now I'm converting all this area to balm lily area, and balm lilies, as you can see, can grow from 35 to 85 degrees Celsius. So we just need to heat up this area as well as put some chlorine in here. And to do that, the best option I found is just to put bleach stone around here. Bleach stone will gradually evaporate and put some chlorine around here. And this whole area should fill up with chlorine nicely. And once that is done, you can also see here, materials wise, there is a nice vacuum seal in this area. I love this kind of a design where you have 2 blobs of liquid, one at height of 1 tile, and this way you can have a perfect vacuum with just 2 blobs. And it's the tiniest vacuum sealed airlock I found so far. So I like to put this kind of airlock in all of my ranches so that the temperatures don't leak out and I can grow different kinds of stuff in different ranches. Right now, dupes are just trying to clean up this area of the ranch. I am going to put a ladder for them so that they can also clean up this side. But you can see hydrogen is already coming here. And we have 2 glossy drecko eggs and 2 drecklet eggs just here. Once they hatch, we can start shearing them and we will have access to a reed fiber as well as plastic. And rest of all the dreckos which are going to hatch from this side are directly going to go in the ranches. And I've disabled automatic evolution or incubation of dreckos because I will naturally grow them from their eggs. It doesn't matter how much long they take. So what we did here is we basically added 2 tiles of water. So 1 tile full and another tile is like point something grams. All we need to do is, because if you see the navigation here, now the critters can only navigate between these 2 points, making them perfect to just stay here and not roam around. We can also leave this door open, that's why. So now let's take a look at automation. So automation is pretty simple. We have a critter sensor over here that is going to sense if there are critters below 4. So that is the capacity of this ranch. If there are critters below 4, we'll use this new ONI building, that is critter pickup. So it will activate this critter pickup, and we said that you should only pick up glossy dreckos, not the drecklets. See, this is an important distinction. We can only groom adult dreckos and get something from them like eggs. So why waste time or ranch space growing up glossy drecklets? So here what we can do is we can only pick up glossy dreckos, and similarly on the other pickup we have configured only pick up dreckos. And same automation goes here. If there are less than 8 creatures in this ranch, we'll activate this pickup and somebody will come and toss them up. So as you can see here, this drecko has been tossed automatically and soon it will be moved here. But because this ranch is full, no more dreckos can be moved here. So now if you can look at the automation, this automation has become red. So now nobody should move this drecko there, and this drecko should automatically unwrangle himself. The next thing we are going to take a look at is our crops. So I got rid of all of our mealwood crops here. We have a little bit of mealwood remaining up top, but our calories are holding up steady, so I am okay with getting rid of all of these crops. We are running dangerously low on dirt. Right now we have only 8 tons of it. We can dig here and there, but still it's not gonna be enough for our research as well as growing all the mealwood. And we have also started digging towards this geyser. I want to take a look at what this geyser is. Nisbat got stuck on this tile and I asked her to dig it, and instead she dug it and climbed up on top. Sometimes these dupes, if you just leave this game running, they will make sure to kill themselves. And right now Nisbat is standing in a oxygen deprived environment and she has no materials. I don't see any materials that she has. Can you access this igneous rock? That would be the question. So if I do this and say make it out of igneous rock, would you be able to build it, Nisbet? I might have to bring somebody over and it might take a little bit of time. And there is nothing I can do because right now there is neutronium nearby. Come on, somebody. This is top priority. Who is coming? Harold. Harold, you are so far away. Nisbet, can you make this? Yes, you can. I don't know why Harold is making that, but sure. Okay, stop celebrating and run. You're suffocating. Finally. Okay. Tragedy avoided. And we also have a choice of blueprint. Yeah, none of them are like really amazing. I would be now onwards I'll be very picky about getting duplicates because we are almost at our capacity, and I'll just not show this on screen every time we get a printable now onwards. I'm just going to pick something, whatever the care package has, and if I'm going to pick a new duplicate, I'll let you folks know. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to tame a cool stream vent that is right beside our science labs. Now to do that, instead of going with a regular blocky design, I'm thinking of getting a little bit more innovative and trying to use something else. So here it is. Now you'll see that I am not showing you all the building steps. Unfortunately, my recording software did not capture the whole thing, so I'll have to go back into saves. But it seems like I did not have that save that was 4 days ago. I kept on playing and didn't get around to editing, so here I am in a debug Mac trying to explain what I built and how I built that. So first of all, what we did is we threw down a quick cooling solution here. With aqua tuner, we had enough steel that we can run an aqua tuner and steam turbine from all the dreckos that we shared, as well as all the plastic that we created initially from petroleum. So what this does is just a simple vanilla cooling chamber which is set to cool water up to 10 degrees Celsius. We filled it up with polluted water from our toilets, and that is providing us with cool water flowing in. Now the thing that I'm building here is a perfect vacuum chamber that is filled with steam. So if you take a look at the materials overlay, and if I click on gases, you can see this is a perfect vacuum filled with steam. Now how this thing works is we have created 2 water fountains that are coming on each side of the steam vent. To create a water fountain or a waterfall, as it's called in ONI, is you just need to have water droplets that are falling off the ledge of here. So you can see here that we have two liquid vents that are dropping water continuously, and they are connected through a piping system that is pumping water from down here. Ignore all these other pipes that are going for now. Just focus on this one pipe that is coming from this liquid pump. It is pumping all the water here, which is going up and going through all of these liquid valves. The reason for passing it through liquid valves is we don't want to dump all 10 kgs of water in them. We just want a tiny bit of water that is on the ledge on left hand side, and a tiny bit of water that is here on the tile that is slightly left to that. So if you have a water droplet on these three tiles, it will create a waterfall. Similarly, you have the same setup on the right hand side, but on the right hand side you cannot start a waterfall on the right hand side, so you have to start a waterfall on the left hand side and continue on the right hand side. So let me show you how it will work if we run out of water, if there is no water coming on these waterfalls. So I'll disconnect it, disconnect, and there it is. Waterfall has been broken. So what it does is this automation senses that the waterfall has stopped for whatever reason it might be. The reason might be we ran out of water or something bad might have happened. In this case, all of these automations will detect that there is gas. If there is gas that is above 0 grams, that means that it needs to start the waterfall creation procedure. The waterfall creation procedure is in this tile, there doesn't need to be anything. So you can see automation wise, it will open this door. And as soon as the door is open, waterfall starts, and now you can safely close the door. On the opposite end, what it will do it, let me stop the waterfall again. Stop and done. So waterfall has stopped on this side. So I'll connect these pipes back again. So now this automation sensor is saying that, okay, there is some air here that is not water. So what it will do, it will send an automation signal here, which will open this door. What it means is it will break the waterfall from the left hand side and start creating a waterfall from the right hand side tile. So in this right hand side tile, we need to start these two liquid vents and keep on flowing water till the waterfall forms. So you can see here, these two vents have started churning water and the waterfall has formed. Now, as soon as this waterfall has formed, this signal is going to detect 0 and the grams 0 grams. As soon as it detects 0, it sends a signal to this door to close it. You can notice there is a buffer gate here, which is still sending a green signal on the left, on the right hand side vent. So this vent stays open while the door is closing. Once the door has closed, it will start waterfall again from this side. Start the waterfall, red signal, door is getting close, and done. So you can see it's not perfect, but it will eventually form a constant waterfall after 1 or 2 attempts, and that is it. So now these tiles are set at 17 degrees Celsius. So as soon as this cool steam vent is going to erupt, it's going to erupt in 0.4 of a cycle. It is going to pump up a bunch of steam in this area. That steam is going to exchange temperature with the temperature shift plate behind, and it will cool down and condense into water. This water is going to get collected with the rest of the waterfall and flow down in our water collection chamber down here. And that is the basic idea of this waterfall tamer. Now right now you can see this is 80 degrees Celsius temperature down below, because this is gonna be really hot. So overall temperature wise, you can see from the base side, this is gonna be hot, this is gonna be cold, but eventually this will stabilize as we pump up more cooling around here. Now this water is going to get diverted into two pieces. One, this water is coming here, it is going to get picked up by this connection. So these two output and inputs are connected. So water is going to come here, go to this input liquid bridge, and it will first flow on this side because we want to have our waterfall running all the time. So this waterfall consumes only a fraction of water per second. So you can see it's hovering around 20-30 grams per second on one side. So these liquid valves are set to 10 grams per second. This one is set to 120, same 120 and 10. And this will eventually close, because if you see on the automation side, this is sending red, so this will eventually close. So on an average, we are consuming 260 grams of water per second, which is not a lot. And you can see here we have 10 kgs of water stored in each blob. So it will run for a very long time without even us pumping any water in it. But still, this is just a precautionary measure. Now, the rest of the water, which is not getting picked up by this liquid bridge, is going to get pumped up here to our oxygen production. So whatever excess water is going to be here is going to get pumped up into oxygen production. Finally, we have this incoming water line that is coming from the bottom of the map, which is going to get fed on this point. So if there is no water on in this water tank, it is going to pick up water from the bottom of the map and from anywhere else that we are going to plumb it in. So this is the basic design which I am going for, and this is if you can notice, after 175 cycles, this is the earliest save I can find. So we have made a slight bit of changes overall in the map. You might have noticed there's some things changed, but the design overall is the same. So I hope I did a decent job explaining these waterfalls. You can read more about these waterfalls in the ONI University pages, where they showed us how to build waterfalls normally. And to cool these waterfalls, we are running an aqua tuner that is using power that is stored in the battery. It is being charged by this steam turbine as well as one lonely coal generator at the bottom. This coal generator will occasionally kick in, and most of the times this will be open, and is going to store power in these two batteries, which is going to get used by this aqua tuner. So more or less we should be able to run this aqua tuner constantly. And this aqua tuner alone is providing chilling right now to cool this cool steam vent, as well as cool all the oxygen that is coming from here. So we have, using that cooling here, you can see we are returning with cold water and chilling all the oxygen that is getting generated before pumping it into our base. And I kind of want to convert this area into a nice recreation area of the dupes, where they can enjoy the nice view of falling waterfalls in their recreation room. Hopefully you folks were able to catch up on this build. I think it's a good time to take a break and start working on atmosphere docks for the next episode. Hope to see you folks next time.